Good afternoon. Welcome everyone. Today we have Luke here from the Brevard County Fire Rescue. I'll turn it over to Luke. Give him a warm round of applause.
How's everybody doing? My name's Luke Moldhill. I was a firefighter paramedic for Brevard County Fire Rescue for 16 years. And now I am a fire inspector for the county also. I do zone inspections, which is basically just annual inspections. Some basic fire safety stuff. You guys have a beautiful state-of-the-art building here with state-of-the-art sprinkler system, smoke detectors. For example, this sprinkler has see that red, I don't know if you guys can see that red bulb in it. Anyways, it gets to a certain, if smoke banks off the ceiling and hits that bulb, it'll reach a certain temperature and just explode, releasing just this area in sprinklers. So that, in my opinion, is your number one. Who has like electric chairs in here? If you eventually have to get one of those, it's where you park that thing is very important, as opposed to if you need to get out the door. I've seen several times where they pull those in to the door and then they just leave it right next to the door. And if that thing's on fire, you're not getting out the door. So it's just little things like that that nobody really thinks about that can keep you safe.
One of the things when we leave, we're supposed to go down the stairway.
Sure.
I walk with a walker.
Okay.
I can't do both.
Okay. Yeah. My opinion, or my professional opinion, is to get to the stairwell. Because what happens is in a building like this, the stairwell is completely protected. All the walls are fire rated walls. All the doors are fire rated doors. The stairwell is considered a area of refuge, it's called. So there's not going to be much smoke in the stair. If the doors are closed, there's not going to be much smoke in the stairwell. There's not much fire load in the stairwell. There's not supposed to be. So there's not stuff just sitting there waiting to catch on fire.
Well,
So all this,
don't use the elevator, just use the stairwell.
use the stairwell, because what's going to happen is we're going to use the elevator, and we're going up the elevator as quickly as possible to get to you guys, to get everybody down. It's a little tricky when you have mobility issues. I understand that, but you can fit more people in a stairwell than you think. It's not necessarily about getting down, it's about getting away from the smoke.
If we have a fire drill,
Right.
should we try to use the stairs instead of the elevator?
I don't think so. Yeah.
So, to piggyback on that comment, Don, we have a meeting point, the Tree of Life,
Okay.
and we're told to use the elevators unless told otherwise
Sure.
by the fire department.
Sure.
So we go down the elevator and we all meet out at the Tree of Life. And
Where is that?
which is right
in the
out front.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Do what she tells you to do, because that's what everything's going to happen. We're going to do a little thing. We're going to do some things differently as a fire department. We're going to come in and we're going to take over the elevators, unfortunately. So I don't know if we're going to take over all the elevators, or depends on what the lieutenant wants to do when he's here. So, but I would try to do that, and if that doesn't work, go to a stairwell. So, but sure.
Okay, I'm going to get down the stairway. What am I going to do then? Because I can't walk.
You're going to wait for somebody to help you, because they're going to be there.
Who's going to be there to help me?
A lot of people.
Are they coming from the fire department?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you have some staff here that are trained on some safety issues. There's emergency plans that they should all know how to get, that are posted, that are the best ways to get out into an area of refuge.
Is there a designation that you can put on the door to alert the firemen that are coming that you have a small pet, and will they help you extract the small pet?
There is, I'm pretty sure we have stickers that, I don't have any today, of course. You can give our fire prevention office a call and we can drop stickers off the inspector here, that's in this area, this is not my area, but inspector here can come by and drop stickers off to people who, and there are specific stickers that say, you know, pet, at home pet, or whatever. So we can look for whoever or whatever,
Yes.
whatever we need to look for. So what kind of pet do you have?
I have a 10-pound cat.
10-pound cat. Extension cords. Extension cords are becoming a big no-no for us. Extension cords were made for construction workers or for people at home that are just using, you know, a skill saw or something for a little bit. They're not made for long-term use. I've had extension cords at my house heat up pretty good for myself, and that's pretty scary. Multi-plugs are a big no-no. They're not made for long-term use. Piggybacking surge protectors into each other is not a good idea. Everything's rated. I don't know if you guys are at all electrician type people, but everything's rated for a certain amount of voltage, and if you overcompensate the thing, it's going to heat up and could catch fire. So just kind of be aware of that. Your chargers are frayed. I get this a lot. If you have your phone charger or whatever, and you don't want to buy another one because it's like 30 or 40 bucks, I get that. But if it's frayed and it's got, like, you know, open wiring to it, just, you're gonna have to throw it away.
When we do have a fire drill or the alarms go off, don't decide that it's time to change your clothes because you want to look better before you go outside.
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
You know, if you feel like you don't look your best, it's okay. Everybody else won't look their best either. Just make sure you exit the building promptly. We do have fire drills. We do. How often? About once a year, we have a very regimented fire drill. Eric's out there, everybody's out there. It's timed, and there's no monkeying around.
How does that go specifically? Like, you said that you guys want them to use the elevators, correct?
Exactly like Evelyn said, they are to use the elevators until we are told by the fire department not to use them.
Gotcha.
Because that way, most of the time, you'd be surprised how efficient they do move through the elevators.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the meeting point is the tree of life.
Okay.
Yes, and again, just in case you can't hear Evelyn way over there in the corner, she said the meeting point is the tree of life out front. And we do take roll. All right, we take roll. And we do not stop the drill until every single person has been accounted for. When we clear your room, because we clear the floors, we grab typically a trash can. Like, we will go through your apartment to make sure that there's no one inside. And when we do, we grab a trash can as we're flying and we mark it by the door that room has been cleared. If for some reason there's no trash can, right, Evelyn? Then we grab another piece of furniture or something and we make just a real quick choice and we mark the room in front of the door. If you see that we're clearing for a fire drill and we have started pulling trash cans, don't go back in that room, okay? Because we've marked it as cleared for you. It takes us a long time to run through every single room, to check your apartment room, to check your bathroom, to check your closet, to check your bedroom, and to make sure it's clear. And boy, we fly through marking those rooms as cleared. But don't move the trash cans, or don't move the table, or the knick-knack, or whatever it is we have to pull to mark that room quickly. Okay. But you wouldn't know because you haven't been through one.
No,
Right.
that's what I was gonna say. Thank you for saying that, because
Right.
I'm not aware of any of that stuff.
Right, right.
Yeah.
But boy, we run.
I'm sure you have to.
They design all these buildings to fire code, which means they've calculated how many people should be in here, how many people can get out that door, how big that door needs to be to get everyone out safely in a safe, quick manner. So it might seem like chaos if you guys need to do a fire drill or if you have a fire, but it's everything's designed, you know, a certain amount of exits, how big the exits need to be. The stairwell question was great. So I don't know how to give them peace of mind if something happens, but these guys that design these buildings are very smart, and they're very thorough, and they have to be thorough. There's very, very specific rules. You know, how many sprinkler heads are in here for this space, you know, how many emergency lights. There's very specific rules, so have faith in that. If you guys do another fire drill, just kind of be aware of how you guys get to that tree, because I'm telling you, like we talked about before, there's going to be, the whole world's coming. If there's an actual fire in this building, it'll be at least a second alarm, which means lots and lots of fire rescue units. We're going to be parked right there. So it's going to be it's going to look a lot different if the whole fire department shows up, you know, than just doing your fire drill. So I'd say be aware of that, of where you're walking and stuff like that, because you're going to have guys flying in and out. And so
That's true, I never thought of that one.
yeah, I kind of,
Because everybody comes out like, you know, a herd.
yeah, I mean,
Coming and keep coming.
if
and
they
keep
come out like
coming.
this, instead of going straight across like the road right there, maybe
I know.
split. Maybe have one person taking people this way, one person taking people that way. I don't know. I have to look at the front of your building, but depending on where the fire hydrant and the FDC and that kind of thing are, but it's going to be, those trucks are humongous, and they just park, and wherever they park, that's where they're going to stay.